ever seen people when they sit down and the food comes to the table and they start clapping and they're so excited? That's how I feel when the pork shank comes to the table. Who's not a big fan of pork? I mean, it's delicious. Okay, you got me. I'm the one who ate the pork shank. I love the pork shank at Crispo's in New York City. It's a perfect balance of pork that's falling off the bone. Then you've got the sauce, which has got that sort of sweet and heat going on. Salivating a bit just talking about it. Okay, I'm guilty. So Frank, he's the chef of Crispo.
Hi, Frank Crispo here.
Frank and I have been friends for a long time. My wife and I, over 10 years ago, we got married and we had our big party at Crispo's. And then, obviously, we go back a lot to see him, and the pork shank appeared on the menu at one point. He was a friend of mine before he made the pork shank, but now he's a better friend because he makes the pork shank.
So here we have our Duberton, which is our hormone antibiotic-free pork shank.
They season it with salt and pepper with onions, shallots, garlic, thyme, and bay leaf, which is going to be infusing flavor into this pork shank, and then they submerge it in duck fat.
Duck fat adds a certain level of flavor, and also it allows the meat to relax and cook and tenderize at the same time.
And it's just braised so delicately. It's confit for so long. Confit means cooking it very slowly in fat. It just falls apart when you eat it. It's really, really delicious.
Now that the pork shank is cooked confit, we'll put this in the oven to get nice and crispy.
It's beautiful.
You can smell it from here, guys, can't you? Okay, now we're going to prepare the garniture for the roast pork shank. We're going to start off with quince.
If an apple and a pear had a baby, it would be a quince. It's a little bit sweet. You're going to cook that down with lemon juice and the sugar.
Lemon rind, orange rind, whole black peppercorn, and juniper berry.
And then you've got your salsify.
Salsify is a root vegetable,
which sort of grounds the whole dish.
We're simply going to braise the salsify in butter and chicken broth.
And then when you're building the dish, you got your acorn squash, which he slices, salt and pepper, roast that in the oven. That goes in the bottom of the plate. Then you've got your quince and your salsify.
Our pork shank goes on top.
And they just start clapping. And then you've got your jalapenos to bring a little bit of the heat.
This is our reduction of chicken broth with our quince broth and our jalapeno peppers. And then we finish it with the fried onion.
So excited the pork shank's here. When you bite into that pork shank, you kind of got to crack through the outside. It's just got that little glaze. It's a little bit crispy. And then you dive in there, and it's that beautiful, tender, succulent pork shank that's just falling off the bone. And the sauce, it's a little bit sweet, but then you've got just enough heat from the jalapenos in there. And then, you know, to top it all off, he puts the onion rings on there that give it a little bit more crunch. Oh, I mean, this is it. It's hard to talk about that place without getting starving and hungry. I mean, it's a treat. So when we go there, my wife and I, we overeat, and then we waddle home. I'm kind of getting hungry. All this talk of pork shank, I think I'm going to call my wife, see if she wants to go get one.
Wait, we're not done here.